Hello, good evening and welcome. My name's Andrew Pugsley and you have tuned in to my weekly improvised show, Isolation. Thank you very much for doing that. This evening, as always, I have an amazing guest with me who is going to make up alongside me on the spot an improvised short film, and it's all going to be based on your suggestions. So you can start right away putting suggestions into the comments feed here on Facebook or on YouTube or possibly on Instagram if the comments work that way. I don't know if they do or not, but for once I remember to put it live on Instagram, so enjoy watching it if you are. As always, I have the amazingly talented Duncan Walsh Atkins, who is remotely connected, and he will be doing some live musical underscore throughout the show tonight. Duncan, can you give us a little tinkle to check if you're there? Beautiful. Surprises us with something new every week. There he is, the amazing Duncan Walsh Atkins. We might even have a few songs. You never know. And my guest this week is the almighty, the incredible, none other than Joe Leather. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm great. How are you, Andrew?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking. So nice of you to ask. What are you looking forward to, Joe? What excites you? What would you love to improvise a story about?
Oh, I don't know. I'm excited about being in the world of social distancing and bringing that into our story.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah. You're a man who likes to deal with the now, Joe.
Yeah, I'm very current, very contemporary, me.
Famously so, great. Well, you've been sending in your comments already. I can see a plethora of comments coming up. So let's, Joe and I will now turn to your comments feed and have a little look at what we've got. Joe, what do you like the look of so far in our comments feed?
I saw ice dancing. I saw a one-legged ringmaster. I see baby unicrons. I think unicorns from Claire. Baby unicorns.
Yeah, lovely. I can also see here angels who've turned to the dark side.
Yes.
Misunderstood sharks, says Karen Thomas. Lovely. Tomb Raiders. Oh, I like Tomb Raiders as well. Over-friendly neighbours. Tobias Tangleforth is a great name. We will definitely get a Tobias Tangleforth in there. Joe, is there any of these suggestions, any of them that you think would make a lovely title for this evening's story?
Let me look. I was wondering if we'd combine the one-legged ringmaster and the ice dancer and have a one-legged ice dancer.
Lovely. Yeah, okay, that's going to be our title. I'm going to type it in right now. If you can fill the air for roughly, I'm going to say 15 seconds whilst I type the one-legged ice dancer.
And somebody has posted a challenge. Clan fire pool whin hil gogerich windro wool anti silio goch. Was
incredible
their title.
Work. Well, I think it's very clear you've risen
seconds?
to that challenge, Joe. Brilliant. Okay, I think we're ready. Duncan Walsh Atkins, if you can start giving us a little overture for this evening's performance of Isolation, episode 17, The One-Legged Dancer. Just thank you for having me on your show. I'm just so delighted.
Tobias, you're most welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, you know what they say, a tangle forth is a tangle indeed at a time of need.
So they do, Tobias. Ladies and gentlemen, Tobias Tangleforth. Let's give him a silent clap.
It's funny. In the old days, people used to applaud me in person.
Yes, but times have changed now, Tobias. Things are different now.
Yes, I guess that's why you asked me on the show.
Exactly. So you could share your story, your ice dancing story with the world.
Well, Albert, I can call you Albert, can't I, Mr. Einstein?
Of course you can, Tobias.
Well, Albert, it was many years ago now, and I was literally on top of the world.
Right. Yes, you were.
I mean, literally, I was scaling Mount Everest at the time.
So icy up there.
Exactly. And yet, not a traditional venue for ice dancing. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, that is what people would think, Tobias, but you proved them wrong, didn't you?
I tried to. But I guess that was my moment of hubris, wasn't it? And we all know what happened next.
Yes. You tumbled. Right from the peak.
All the way. Do you know how many feet high Everest is?
Of course I do. I'm Albert Einstein.
Of course. Tell me how many feet it is. Tell your listeners at home.
11,793 feet.
11,973 feet I tumbled. And I guess the rest is history, Albert. And, well, I know your listeners can't be all interested in that old story. Surely you've not brought me here to relive every moment of the worst time in my life.
That's exactly why you're here, Tobias. To rake over those coals. Those freezing, cold coals.
To rake over the coldest coals known to mankind. Well,
Colder
very well.
than nitrogen.
I'm sorry?
Colder than liquid nitrogen.
There was a time when I was on top of the world. There was a time when I knew I was there. There was a time when I stood with my banner unfurled. There was a time when I didn't have a care. And yet from that peak I tumbled and I fell. And the scars stay with me now, yes, you can tell. And I know I'm an ice dancer no more. But what happened on those slopes, I can't be sure.
Wow. Listeners, what a story. I can feel the snow beneath my feet. I can feel the icicles touching my fingers. I can feel the wind whipping my face, almost as if I am plummeting.
Yes, I can feel myself going back there. I can feel myself drawn way, way back into the past. Come with me, listeners, back to those slopes. I'm in pain. I was dancing. I was having such a beautiful time. Can anyone hear me? Hear me? I think I'm in some kind of ice cave. Oh, I'll just try. I can't stand. My leg is... I think it's broken. Please, is there anyone there? Anybody at all?
What has brought you to my ice cave?
Oh my God, you can't be a genuine...
Yes. Say it.
A Yeti.
Damn straight. I am a Yeti.
An ice monster.
We prefer Ice Beast.
Sorry, Ice Beast. Please, I mean you no harm. You look just like a regular person, but it's the telltale silver hair that gives you away as not of this earth.
My silver Yeti mane, the source of all my power.
Oh, you do look powerful indeed, oh Yeti. Please, don't hurt me, I beg you, please, don't hurt me.
What makes you think that you can get away with crashing through my icy ceiling and destroying the floor of my icy lair?
I'm sorry, Mr. Yeti. Sir, I'm but a humble ice dancer with a dream to dance on the peak of Everest. I'm badly injured. I've got to get home.
That. A dream, you say? You know we Yetis revere dreams. In our culture, we never stand in the way of dreams.
I see. What does that mean in practical terms?
If you came crashing through my ceiling, chasing a dream, then I shan't kill you.
Thank you.
Yet.
Oh, I really hoped that was the end of the sentence.
But looking at you, I see your sparkling attire, your lithe limbs.
I try my best.
Are you some kind of dancer?
Well, yes. I'm an Olympic medalist, in fact. You've heard of my name that everybody across the world knows, and I definitely wouldn't have to check over Tobias Tangleforth. You've heard of Tobias Tangleforth, haven't you?
It rings a bell, yes. I have heard of your accomplishments. I have admired the shapes you have thrown on the ice.
Whoa. I never knew I was famous. Why up here in a cave on Everest?
Say that again? The cave echoed.
I just meant I never knew I was so famous here on a cave in Everest.
Well, some Yetis, Tobias Tangleford, might be interested in dance as well.
Oh, I see. Is that how it's going to be? You're going to force me to stay here and teach you to dance and earn my freedom, and if I refuse to obey, you'll set me at the mercy of that army of polar bears I see glowering at the entrance to the cave.
Quiet, Bathsheba. Yes, I couldn't have put it better myself. You're going to teach me to dance. Then it shall be I, Gretty the Yeti, who is on the screens at the Olympics, dancing for everybody.
Gretty the Yeti?
Oh, so you've heard my name.
I think we all know about you.
Yes, Gretty the Yeti. The fiercest, most ferocious, most reviled Yeti in all of the kingdom. I'm not surprised. When I was young and in the snow, so highly strung, like winds that blow, my mother said, and she was queen, Gretty get by being mean.
And you've been mean from that day since?
You're so right, and it served me well. Whoever has fallen into my kingdom, I have forced to teach me their skills, thereby creating an entire backlog of abilities to impress the world.
Well, if you insist, I don't think I have any option but to stay here and teach you to ice dance.
You're so right. Because the only missing jewel from my Yeti crown is ice dancing. But wait, what's wrong with your leg?
It hurts. I'm not sure I can move it. Just please give me some warmth and some shelter, and I promise as soon as I'm able, I will teach you.
And you humans can dance with a sore leg, yes?
Yeah, that won't be a problem. I'll show you the special dance I've developed for just this purpose.
You wouldn't be lying to me, would you, Tobias?
No.
I buy it. Okay, I will give you this warmth and shelter, and you will teach me the ways of the dancer.
Thank you, Gretty. Thank you so much. And so I stayed there in that cave for, must have been 5 months or so to begin with, all the time. My leg in absolute agony.
Fascinating. Really fascinating. Yetis, that is a tall, tall tale.
I promise you it's true. Every word of this is true. In the evenings, he would get me to dance, and I would hobble round, just on one leg, inventing new forms, pirouette shapes that nobody had ever done in the outside world. I guess I invented one-legged dance, ice dancing.
Well, they do call you the forefather of one-legged ice dancing, Tobias.
Yeah, well, it was born of necessity. I've never before told the public that this is how that particular art form began.
Well, that's why you're here on Albert Einstein's exclusive to share your tale with the world.
Yeah. But I have to say my story only got stranger.
Stranger?
Yeah, well, in the evenings, I would teach him ice dancing, and in the daytime, well, he'd tell me about Yeti stuff.
Yeti stuff?
Yeah, it turned out that Gretty was an old softy, really.
A soft Yeti? That's unbelievable.
No, ironic, I know, but he told me all about Yeti folklore and Yeti music.
And how does Yeti music sound?
Well, I guess I'd have to show you. I remember one evening, sat around the Yeti campfire. The Yeti campfire, the warmth of the fire, letting us bask. It was quite a moment. Wow, that's truly something. Tell me more, Gretty.
I can't believe you're interested in these silly tales. Not even the child Yetis care about them.
Oh, no, it's just incredible learning of a new culture. Oh, sorry, the fire is flickering. So, hey, it's funny that your end of the cave is so much brighter than my end.
It's because of this fan I'm using to keep myself cool. I'm wafting the heat waves away.
Yes, and I guess your bright white Yeti skin makes everything look white.
Of course. But that ties into what I was saying. We Yetis are born of the snow, so being close to the fire is dangerous for us.
Okay. See, we humans, we like warmth. It makes us feel safe and secure and help us recover.
I can see you stopped complaining the second I put you near that fire. Well, kind of stopped complaining.
Gretty, I'd love to hear the story of your father again.
My father, Smorg the Magnificent.
Yes, Smorg the Magnificent. Named after a dragon, was he not?
Yes. Or actually, the dragon was named after him. Common misconception.
Wow.
Because before fire, there must be cold.
Before fire, there must be cold.
Before fire, there must be cold.
Tell me more.
That's what my father used to say to me every day on the slopes of Everest. As we climb to the highest peak, I'm gonna put my fan to one side so I can bring you closer, Tobias. On the fiery peak of Everest, long, long ago, there stood a Yeti you've come to know. He was a child, his dad was strong, but they weren't together for very long. Smorg the Magnificent, that's what they'd say. Smorg the Magnificent, make way, make way. Smorg the Magnificent, he rules the peaks. Smorg the Magnificent, friend to the weak.
Oh, wow. Do I see a whole chorus of Yetis all singing Smorg the Magnificent along as well? That's
yes.
Incredible. All all singing together. Look
I
at
can
them.
hear them now,
Hundreds of thousands.
as far as the eye can see. My goodness, it's almost deafening.
Smog the Magnificent.
Smog the Magnificent.
Smog the Magnificent.
Smog the
He
Magnificent.
was a truly great king.
Smog the Magnificent.
Smog the Magnificent.
Smog the Magnificent.
He was the most spectacular
Beast. My goodness, and sing as well. Tobias, my eyes are watering just from you replicating that sound.
incredible. I couldn't do justice, I'm afraid. Just then I'd lost sound for a second, but just let me tell you. Just let me repeat what I said in the first half of this little section of the interview, where I said that Greta was really quite something, and it was incredible to see him with his own family. Incredible to learn of his history and that he was separated from his father when he was so young.
So it sounds like you became close to your captor.
Oh, I haven't told you the half of it yet. Close doesn't even begin to describe it, Albert.
Tell me more.
Well, very close. Very, very, very close. Wow. That was... I've never... I couldn't even imagine that... Wow.
You liked it.
I never thought it would be quite like that. It's so cold, yet so warm at the same time.
Yes. Cold will do that to you. If you let it.
Still, you look so dazzlingly, brilliantly white, and I can see every other color of the rainbow.
Well, Tobias, I could never have replicated those movements without your expert tuition.
You know, when I get back home to all my friends and my family, I'll tell them all about you.
Yes. The thing is, Tobias.
Yes? What is it, Gretty?
I've learned to trust you, but we Yetis are afraid of humans.
Oh, but you're not afraid of me, surely. You know me. You know I only mean the best. Why? I've trained up your entire chorus. Now not only can they sing beautifully, they can dance too.
But we just worry you're one of the good ones. We had that policy of enslaving and destroying anyone who fell through our ceiling.
You don't...
Until you came along.
You're not still gonna stick by that, are you, Gretty? Not after everything we've been through? We just...
Tobias. I'm stuck between a rock and a glacier.
Oh. Between the cold and the fire.
Exactly. From what you have taught us, and from what my father, Smog the Magnificent, taught us. What do I believe?
Yeah, what do you believe, Gretty? Am I just a captive? Am I still
No.
just your slave?
Tobias, it's not like that.
No. I think I see the real you. Good night. Good night.
Excuse me. Yeah. Sorry, I'm very moved by all this, Tobias.
You know, it was hard. I thought he was the one, you know? I thought we really had something, and then I learned he was... At the end of the day, we still belong to different species. At the end of the day, we were destined to be enemies.
And you're here in the studio now.
Well, yeah. You see, by this time, my leg had become gangrenous. It was getting worse by the day, and I was in need of some serious medical attention.
My goodness, and the Yeti doctors presumably had no knowledge of how to fix that.
Exactly. Yeti physiology, as everybody knows, is incredibly different. I don't need to be the one to tell you the top 5 differences between Yetis and humans.
No. They're known by children.
Exactly. Number 1, their blood is not based on iron, it's based on plutonium.
Number 2, they're born from the snow.
Number 3, they don't have pupils, they have snowflakes.
Number 4, for fingers, they have icicles.
And we all know, number 5, Yetis are extremely
flat.
Oh, flammable, of course. Yes, they're extremely flammable.
Common sense.
Yeah. And unfortunately, their flammability, well, that became an issue.
Right. Fire is often an obstacle in love.
So, knowing I needed some help for my leg, I strode out into the snow. I tried to get as far away as I possibly could from the cave, and I tried to find some help. And out there, amid the misty blizzard, well, that's when I saw her. Is there anyone out there? I need some help. I need some help, please. Please, just a second. I first need to make sure the backdrop's up. Okay, help, please. Help, is there anybody out there? Is there anybody?
What are you doing here out in the blizzard?
It's so cold. Please. Whoa,
Gosh.
You're not a Yeti.
No. I'm a snow lady. And you are a human, too.
How can you tell?
Because you've gone blue in the cold, and Yetis don't do that.
Wow, I love your hair. It's so different to other Yetis. A snow lady.
I'm not a Yeti. I'm a snow lady. I'm a human who has learned to live in the snow with a big fur coat.
My name's Tobias.
My name's Melinda.
Melinda? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so cold, and my leg, as you can see, is in severe...
Goodness, it's gangrenous.
Oh, you know the symptoms of gangrene, too.
Tobias, lucky for you, I am a doctor.
Whoa, that is genuinely very lucky.
It is and I can take you home to my village.
I haven't seen a real person in months.
No, you are deep in Yeti Kingdom.
Would you really show pity on me, a passing stranger with a gangrenous leg?
Of course. And also blue is my favorite color. I've never seen anything as beautiful as you in this snow.
I've never seen anything as beautiful as you.
That's very sweet.
Love falls like a snowflake, just delicate at first. Love falls like a snowflake, and it fills your heart until it bursts. Soon you're caught in the blizzard of romance kiss. And love falls like a snowflake, but love falls like this.
You have a beautiful voice. I am a trained singer too, as well as a doctor.
Please, Melinda, sing for me.
Of course. When you are a surgeon, you fix people's hearts, but you never get too close, 'cause that's when heartbreaking starts. So I treat my patients, but keep them away. But here in the blizzard is where I want to stay. Love falls like a snowflake. Now I'm here with you. Love falls like a snowflake. And what can I do? Love falls like a snowflake. It melts on my tongue. Love falls like a snowflake. And Tobias, I've been waiting for you for so long.
And it seemed like I was saved at last. Melinda was everything I ever wanted in a woman. She was so fascinating, and she cared for others, and she had a beautiful singing voice, and she took me back to her village, and she tended me. My leg, while still in a bad state, it looked like it might be saved.
Yes. And of course, if you hadn't been brought to that little village, you would have never been on my radar to come on my radio show with me, Albert Einstein.
Exactly. Here I am. And it's Melinda that brought me here today, and I'm just so grateful for that.
Yes. I'm very proud of Melinda. She's made me a very proud father.
Yeah. However, Albert.
Yes.
Mr. Einstein.
Yes, Tobias.
My father-in-law. I have to tell you something now. And you might not want your listeners to hear this.
Well, okay. We can put you on mute and you can confide in me. That's fine.
Your listeners won't mind a bit of dead air for a while. I mean, it's actually pretty personal. It could take a good 20, 30 minutes at least. And that's not counting what you might say in response.
Right. Listeners, enjoy these yodels of the Karamba clan. And we'll be down. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Or 20.
In fact, maybe you should ask Melinda to join in the conversation. Let's have all three of us, huh? Yeah, all three of us here? That's not going to pose any problems, is it, Mr. Einstein?
Of course not. Melinda, come in.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Melinda.
Hey, sweetie. How are you?
Look, I have something to tell you here.
You can tell me. We're off air.
Look, you saved me. You brought me back to the village. You got me on national village radio.
Mm-hmm. But Tobias, you saved me too.
How so?
I was lost in the snow with no direction till I found you.
Uh-huh. Yeah?
Tobias, you seem nervous.
I want to go back to him.
Back to who? Back to the Yeti? You want to go back to Greddy, the Yeti?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry, Albert. I'm sorry, Melinda. You're both good people. Oh, let me just, I thought I saw you merge into one in a strange vision just there for a second. I'm sorry, you're both good people. I care for you both, and you've been incredible, but I love him more than anything else in the world. And I know we're meant to be enemies, and I know it's the last thing for my physical and mental health, but I love him.
Tobias, I'm a doctor. I understand.
You do?
Yes. I've dissected so many hearts that I understand exactly how they work, and while my heart is beating for you, yours beats for somebody else. And as we say here in the village, even a snowman must melt, or a snow lady. So go, be with him.
You sure? We'll always have this radio show?
Yes.
Sorry, did your dad want to say something? Your dad's welcome to say something.
I completely agree with all my daughter said. This village is about love, and you have to go chase that love. You crazy, one-legged, ice-dancing fool.
Well then. Love falls like a snowflake. Love falls from the sky. Love falls like a snowflake. And just for a Yeti and I, love falls like a snowflake. And I know where it lands. And Greta, Gretty, you're the only one that understands.
So, listeners, Tobias is heading into the mountains as we speak. What will happen? Well, that's news for another broadcast. He climbs the mountain, and at the peak, maybe, just maybe, he finds the man he loves. The Yeti he loves. Oh, I'm so lonely up on this peak, thinking of the men that disappeared from my life. Smorg the Magnificent, Tobias Tangleford. They all leave you alone in the end, and that is a Yeti's lot.
Not all of them. Gretty.
Who's there? Who's there through the snow?
I could tell you, or I could show you.
Tobias! My goodness! Why, it's the most beautiful dancing I've ever seen! And now you have a peg leg! You truly are a one-legged ice dancer! My gosh, let me dance with you. Just like you taught me.
Yes, Gretty, do it! Show the world you're dancing! Do it!
My goodness, it's taking me to places I've never
from the fire inside.
Icicles for fingers, snowflakes for eyes, it's all irrelevant, as long as you feel the beauty within.
And as long as you have fire in your heart.
Fire in your heart, like the fire I feel for you, Tobias.
Ready? I don't care if we're mutually incompatible species. I don't care if I never see another human for the rest of my life. I want to stay here with you, and I want to dance. That's all I need.
Tobias, I feel exactly the same way. The world might be tired of humans and of Yetis, but an act with a human and a Yeti together, why, that's something that could change the world. We could be bigger than that. Albert Einstein, even.
Love
Maybe.
falls like a snowflake. And now that I'm here, if love falls like a snowflake, then I don't want fire around here.
Love falls like a snowflake and melts on the ground. So lost like a snowflake, but with you I am found.
Thank you! That was our show. What a beautiful story. Let's bring Joe up on the screen there. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you for having me. Amazing work.
Oh, pleasure. Lovely, lovely. Did you know that Gretty and Tobias were going to end up together? What was your feeling in the story?
I mean, I wanted them to very badly, but I just didn't know. I didn't know if they'd managed to reconcile.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, Melinda was a lovely wild card in there for a moment. It almost seemed like he was going to make the wrong decision.
Love triangle in Everest.
Absolutely. Let's bring Duncan Walsh Atkins up. Duncan, beautiful music as always, Duncan.
Hi, thank you. Well done, Joe.
Thank you, Duncan. Well done, you.
Claire Westwood Karen Thomas in the comments saying, wasn't expecting a Yeti-human romance. And I have to say, at the start of the story, Joe, neither was I.
No, but all's fair in love and snow.
Exactly. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody watching at home. If you've enjoyed this evening's show, there's a bit of information in the description there. You can sign up to become a patron at Patreon. I do some of these things every week and make videos and all that kind of stuff. Have a look there. There are ways that you can support the creation of entertaining things. This is also a pay what you can show. So if you have a couple of quid spare, might have paid to see this at a theatre, then by all means you're very welcome to throw a few pennies into that link there. And on the subject of the Patreon, I have a little video to show everyone right at the end of this show. So, Joe, it's up to you to remind me not to forget to do that in about 2 minutes. Wonderful. Joe, do you have anything of your own you would like to plug?
If you are on Instagram or TikTok, I make weekly comedy videos at Leather My Joe. My name is Joe Leather, but at Leather My Joe. So if you want to give me a follow on there, it'd be lovely to see you.
Fantastic. Before we wrap up, any final words from you, Duncan Walsh Atkins?
Stay safe, everyone. Thanks for listening.
And anything final from you? I mean, you gave us a plug about 2 seconds ago, Joe, but, feel free to give another plug.
Just thank you so much. I'll shout out Rachel Reed. Thank you for suggesting me to do this. I hope you all really enjoyed it. I had the most lovely time. Thank you, Andrew and Duncan, for having me.
Thank you, Joe. Absolute pleasure. And so, just before we go, anyone who signs up to become a patron, that's how you pronounce that word, isn't it? Anyone who signs up to become a patron on Patreon at the £25 bracket gets from me a personalised thank you song. But on this occasion, one of my amazing patrons, Michael, he decided he would like a song to wish his friend Matt a happy birthday. So this is a song specially for Matt, happy birthday. Now, anyone who isn't directly involved in this song, I have to say you won't have a clue what this is about. I would try and give you a bit of context, but it's a very specific in-joke about a particular story. So you can just imagine the context of the story if you don't know. But this is thank you to you and happy birthday to Matt. And just before we go, this is the song I've created. And this is the first time, by the way, I played with making my own drum loops. So let's see how this goes. Thank you very much, everybody. Tune in, please, next week. And happy birthday to Matt. Here's your video. 1964, 5 years before mankind stepped where mankind had not stepped before, a time-traveling quest for a boreal preservation. You saved those seeds, oh yes, but you froze your only chance at happiness. And now you stand neath London Bridge in desolation. Matt, only you can save them holy trees. But you know the price if you dare unfreeze. You'll lose your icy lady of 3 centuries.